Okay, sweet friends, I'm so excited about tonight's dish. This is a balsamic glazed chicken with fig and goat cheese. You're welcome. This is gonna be amazing. So the first thing that we do is we're gonna use a high heat oil, which avocado, of course this isn't open. Avocado is the best for a high heat point. I think you can heat it up to like 570 degrees, something crazy. The next oil is gonna be a coconut oil, and then I think it goes olive oil, just so you know. So remember, A is the first. A is the first letter of the alphabet. So we're gonna do about a tablespoon of oil in a hot skillet. I'll also give y'all the option to just bake this and then just sear it, but we're all in. And so I'm going to put my chicken in this hot skillet, which this skillet was preheated. So you thin out your chicken breast as much as you can. I bought these, you know how you can buy them like thin chicken slash thin chicken? That's what this is. So. And then, gonna keep this, cook it through, and then I'm gonna show y'all once the chicken is finished, we are going to make our fig balsamic glaze. And so, cook up your chicken, high heat, till I think it's 160 degrees internally is your temperature for chicken, and I'll show you the next step when it's finished. All right, so now my chicken's finished, and I forgot to mention to add salt and pepper while this is searing. So I have my chicken. I'm going to just set it aside while we make our glaze. And also on your recipe, I added it, but I forgot to talk about the goat cheese. So obviously this is a goat cheese and fig recipe. So we are going to make a little reduction here. So I'm just going to let this rest. And I'm going to add my garlic. And you know, I think I've told y'all that I do not like mincing garlic, but I love fresh garlic. So this is just organic garlic, already minced. So I'm going to just let this start to do its little magic in the skillet, and then I'm going to add here my herbs. So I think rosemary is the superior herb to all herbs. So I'm choosing to use rosemary, but you can also do a mixture of thyme and rosemary. So you want to cut this up small-ish and get the aroma and the flavor going. And let's start right there. So this is paired with our zucchini, and I added even fresh rosemary to my zucchini. Okay, so I'm gonna let this do its magic, and then I mix lemon juice and apple cider vinegar together in the same container. So I'm gonna put a little lemon juice in my recipe tonight, but it just calls for 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And then if you need a little extra chicken broth, I think bone broth is superior because we all need collagen protein in our diet. Because think about this, I'll give you a tip. When we get old, what starts to tear or break? It's not our muscles, it's our, my ACL or my Achilles, or it's the tendons that start to age. And because we don't get enough collagen in our diet, it's the collagen that will help protect your tendons. So think animal protein builds muscle, and collagen protein protects your tendons and ligaments. All right, fun fact. All right, so I'm letting this just kind of move around. I'm gonna add a little bit more broth or bone broth to that, and I'm on like a lowish heat, and actually the internal temperature for chicken is 165, not 160, so gotta correct that. All right, so I'm letting this go. My garlic's almost done, and so this is where I start adding my fig magic. So you want about 3 tablespoons, depending on how much chicken you have. Y'all, we are obsessed with fig in my house, and fig and goat cheese, y'all. So, all right, 3 big tablespoons worth of fig, and then I'm going to stir this all around. And you want to scrape your pan really well, okay? And then you need your balsamic vinegar, and so again, you need about 3 tablespoons. I will measure this because if you get too much vinegar in a recipe, you know it, right? So we've got 3 tablespoons, and honestly, low-key, as my kids say, and I say low-key, you might want to start with less than 3, and then you can always add more. So you've got sweet, you've got salty, you've got fresh herbs, you got that fresh garlic or organic garlic. So we're letting this come to, you want it to be thickish because we pour it on top of our chicken. And while that's cooking down just a little bit more, I'm gonna see it's starting to get like more syrupy. So I want that to go just a little bit longer, and I'm gonna start slicing up my goat cheese. If you have dairy intolerance, did you know that goat cheese is still a pretty permissible dairy product because it is made with goat's milk, and goat's milk can be tolerated by people that have some lactose intolerance. So I highly recommend goat cheese. So I've got 4 chicken breasts here that I'm making. So I'm just gonna get 4 big, wonderful slices of goat cheese ready to plate. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna take now my chicken and I'm going to plate it. It's gonna be so good. That one's not the prettiest. I like the pretty ones on top. Boop, boop. Okay, so I need a pot holder. And then you guys. What is happening? This is amazing. Is this not the best looking dish you've ever seen? I'm absolutely upset. Now, I'm gonna spread this out just a little bit. And of course, you know, you wanna like rake every single bit of this out. But I need 2 hands because this is a heavy pan. Actually, I need a 3rd hand. Where's that? Let's see if I can hold it up. See if I've been working out enough in a Rise and Walk Summer group that I can hold this big pan up. I just wanna like lick this pan, it's so amazing. All right, now, I'm gonna take my pig and you just want it to just get warm. You want the texture of the goat cheese on here. I feel like a gourmet cook right now, truly. And wait for it, you guys. Oops, oh, that's on. How fun. Doesn't this look so good? And then you're gonna pair this with your roasted zucchini and your family is gonna think that you should compete on some cooking show. All right, there it is. This is your fig and balsamic goat cheese glazed chicken.